What's up, everybody? It's Cool Sports Guy. Welcome to another show, the podcast here. Today we have Nicola Hopewell joining us today, an awesome boxer from England. I'm going to bring her right in there. Hello, Nicola. How are you?
I am good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for joining us today. A lot going on in your year right now. A lot going on last year and moving forward, right?
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. Okay. Well, thought a good place to start would be at the beginning. I know before you were recently you just signed with the British Boxing Board of Control, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
So tell about your transition. From your old gym to your new gym and all that stuff. How's that transition going for you so far?
Yeah, it's gone really well. I'm still in contact with my old gym as well. Spoke to my old coach last week. So I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for them. But yeah, the transition's gone really well. So I did know a few people there, but I fitted in really well. The coaches are amazing. Gelled with them really well. So they've been in my corner for sparring, took me on pads. So fitted in well, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And the new gym is called it's Fighting Fit Gym, right, in Dennington?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Awesome. And I know you said, and so you're pretty laid back. I know we talked a while back on the written interview and all that. So you're pretty laid back. How's the process adjusting to the new gym? Like, is there anything different you have to do? I mean, you knew some people, so that must have not had a lot of effect on what changes you have to make.
Yeah. I knew a handful of them. So that was a good start for me. Training wise, it is a little bit different. We do a lot more one-to-one stuff. Or 2-to-1, which is good. Lots of pads, technique work on my timing a lot more. I do my strength and my runs as well, but I do some in my own time now because we only go to the gym 4 times a week while we're out of camp compared to the 6 that I was doing at my old gym. So I've got that flexibility in that time now to get some runs in and some strength work in. I've got another gym that's helping me out. It's called Anytime Fitness, based in Worksop. And I've got a friend there who's a PT, so she does my strength and conditioning. I also go there every Saturday for a run, so I've got the flexibility and the time to do that now. So yeah, it's really well. It's working into my schedule with work as well. So really
nice.
good.
Awesome. I was going to ask a little further along and everything, as far as your schedule and everything. How do you keep track? I know you have like regular work and boxing training and all that. How do you do the transit? Like, how do you balance all that? And then is there something like a way to you like certain routines you kind of keep daily and all that? And talk us through that.
Yeah, so I work regular hours, so I know what I'm working every week anyway. So I work 8 till 4:30, Monday to Friday. So I know what I'm doing with work. That doesn't change. So I go to the gym Monday, Tuesday. We have Wednesdays to do free training. So I go to the Anytime Fitness gym, and then we're back at the gym Thursday, Friday. Then if there's any sparring or anything, we use the weekends as well, but not very often. We try and get it in the week. But we have that Wednesday off, and I guess it's like our hands rest, do our strength work, do our running. But when in camp, I've got a treadmill and everything at home as well. So when I'm in camp and I need to do that extra work, I'll be able to get up before work, do it at home, and then go to work, then boxing work after. So I feel like I've got a good schedule, and I think with work, me working regular hours, I know what I'm doing when I'm doing it, and I can plan around it, fit my training around work.
Oh, most definitely, and everything. And like you said, it's nice to have those rest days too, and all that. Just try to complete the whole routine, right? Like, So what are your favorite things about training at that gym? Like, is there something that like you look forward to every week, or is there just a regular to go to?
I do like getting in. We do like tap sparring, like body sparring. It's like shadow, but you touch shoulders and knees. And then if you get caught, you have to do like 5 push-ups or 5 burpees, whatever the punishment is. So that keeps you on the ball, and it's just something different. It's a bit of fun, but it's also making you think as well, and also don't get caught because of the punishment. So I do quite like that. I'm quite competitive. But I like learning. So we do on pads, we do a lot of repetition. So you'll do a combination, say, and and until you've got the timing right and everything like that, you'll keep repeating it. And I feel that's good for me because we can spend all session just working on one shot until I've got it, and it's like embedded in my head. So I really like that with the time that they give you as well.
Nice. I like how you talk about that, like repetition and trying out the same thing, you know, and like boxing's called the sweet science. I always think it's really good to like bring that, you know, like you keep trying things over and over again until something works and you know, it clicks, right? So it's really cool.
Yeah, and then obviously like if we're trying to do something and it's just not working, and like they know it's not working for me, there's always a different alternative, and you know when it's right, and you just keep practicing it until it's right.
Gotcha. That's pretty awesome. And another thing, like I know your nickname's the Hurricane, right? So you can talk us about like how that nickname came to be and like how it developed to where you are right now.
I think it's just based on my style of boxing, really. A bit relentless, bit come forward, don't really stop, throwing bundles of punches, so a bit like a storm, fast. It come about actually on one of my amateur fights that quite a few of my friends came to. My friends from work came, and we were just talking, and then one of them says that I should be called the Hurricane. So yeah, that's where it came from. It was just a comment from one of my friends, really, and it just stuck.
Nice. That's pretty good. I was gonna say, so as far as like amateur to boxer, just a fighter overall, like so what's one of your favorite things about being a fighter? Just like the whole idea and everything.
Favorite thing about being a fighter is probably just maybe the competing side of it. And then obviously you've done the full work in the gym and the hard work in camp and stuff, and then when you get the chance to fight and then show what you've been working on and the reward at the end of it. So I just think maybe the end goal, the actual having the fight and showcasing your skills.
Very cool. That's very awesome. Yeah. And you've shown it too, like you said, I know I follow you and everything, and 2021 was a busy year. So being like having that eye on the prize, and it was nice to be back in action, right? So you had like 4 fights, is that correct?
Yeah, last year. Yeah, I had 4, yeah.
Awesome. How do you stay motivated through all that? Like, I know you have a strong support group. I know your mom and dad is very supportive. Are there any examples of times that where like things were going down, how they help you through, maybe team or family, how they talk you through that?
Yeah, I guess obviously it was a bit of a difficult year last year with the restrictions and stuff. I did have quite a few fights pulled, rearranged. I think one point I was in a fight camp for nearly 3 months, which were quite hard because my fight just kept getting pushed back. So I'd get down to my fight weight, I'd be peaking, and then because some restriction would come in, my fight got rearranged. But yeah, my family and friends, they kept encouraging me and supported me. But yeah, I was fine. I did get through it. There were a few pushbacks and a few challenging times. A bit frustrating. It does get frustrating, but hopefully we're back on track now, and hopefully that won't happen again.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's a tough time. I can imagine just like going through all that, and you know, like you said, fight camp is difficult as it is. You know, and
I think it was the first one that I had last year, and I think it was moved 3 times, and it ended up me being in a 12-week fight camp, which is a long time when you're training, you're peaking, you're dieting, then you think that you're on weight and you're ready to go, and then the date moves, and you just have to stay motivated. Like it will happen eventually. But it can get a bit hard, yeah.
I can imagine, yeah. And so things that like are always, you know, up and down, and like things are sometimes bad, and on those good times, is there something that you know your friends and family do support you through those good times as well? Like I know we talk about, you know, like the balance and everything. Is there stuff that they just do, like small things that they help you push through that, even through the good times?
I don't know if they do anything in particular. I think it's just being there for me that's the main thing, and just pushing me and just supporting me that extra bit, and just sending nice messages and stuff like that. It's the little things that count.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I wanted to like point in on. You know, it's the small things, and like things are going good sometimes and people don't notice, like there's people around you that kind of make that happen, you know, and like big time to notice those small moments are really good. Like in the past, I read an interview with you. You said your mom was nervous the first time you wanted to box. She comes and watches you box, and you finish your opponent in the third round. Did that ease her nervousness, or is she still nervous to this day?
She still gets nervous, but I think that's just a mum thing.
Yeah.
She's never missed a fight. She's been to every single one, amateur and professional. She supports me massively. So yeah, she still gets nervous, but she's fine. She'll sit and watch it.
Still going at it. That's good. Awesome. I thought this would be a good time. Congratulations, first of all, on winning your World Boxing League, the European Championship.
Thank you.
How did it feel in that moment? How did that moment feel for you, first of all?
I were over at Moon, and that were the only fight of mine that actually went the distance as well, which was the full 8 rounds. So big step up in competition for me. But the day I won it was my birthday as well, so I just it was like a good birthday present. So I fought just before midnight. So I went in the ring, 29 years old. I got out of the ring and I'd had it was midnight, so it was classed as my birthday when they handed me the belt and stuff. So it was a good start to my 30th birthday.
It's a really good birthday present right there. Yeah.
Yeah, really good. Never forget my birthday.
Right. Very cool. So I know, like you just said, it's the first fight that went the distance too. So what lessons do you take from that? Going in and knowing that you've done all stoppages and everything. Is there something different between going the full rounds, and what do you learn from a moment like that?
I think it built my confidence up that I can do the full rounds, because obviously not doing the full rounds, you don't know what it's. I know I can spar them, but actually being in a fight and doing 6 rounds, 8 rounds, it built my confidence up that I can do it. Because until you've done it, I think you're always going to have that. Am I gonna get tired and stuff like that? But I was absolutely fine. I know I would be, because I can spar for 10, 12 rounds. But yeah, that it was good for me to do it and get the rounds in. It's good experience.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, you never plan for it. It's nice to have those early stoppages and everything like that. But being able to go the distance is a huge thing too. And being able to just maintain that. And if you do that in training, then it must be real simple,
Yeah, because the higher up the levels you go as well, you can be fighting 10 rounds and you need to be able to push through into those rounds.
Absolutely. Yeah. Any particular lessons you take from going, being able to get to that next level? Anything like you drew from and said, this is the moment that helped me get here, or just like a collection of everything, pretty much?
I think it's a collection of everything. I did learn a few things from that fight, where I think some of the stuff I've been learning recently, if I'd learned that before that fight, maybe I could have stopped her from holding me. Maybe I could have got the stoppage. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think just as a collective as a whole.
Very cool. Yeah. Let's see here. So I think I lost my train of thought on my notes. I apologize. So successful, being successful and being able to achieve that moment. How do you define success in your field? Is it that championship, or is it something else for you?
I think winning that belt, that was part of the success. But I think success is just it's working hard, isn't it? Dedicating yourself and then seeing an end result, and all your hard work pays off. And for that fight especially, that was one of them that got moved as well. Just keep going. And I had a change of opponent as well. So the girl I did end up boxing for that fight wasn't the girl that I'd planned for. She was changed on the Monday of fight week. So I did a full camp training for a certain opponent. For it all to be changed, I was training for a southpaw and they put an orthodox in front of me. So anything like that can change. I think it's just being able to adapt, and yeah, just get on with it really, and just use all the knowledge that I had from my amateur experience.
Man, yeah. That's one thing. I'm so, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for, but just amazed, right? When people change opponents really fast and everything. And how's your team? How did your team talk you through that? And how are you? Because I know it's like you said, just a small thing like orthodox versus southpaw, and it's just a small change that you planned for all along. How did they talk you through that? And what did you do to prepare for that moment?
We had a few days. We had a few days to plan for her. Watch a few videos, see what she was like. We knew that she was going to be a little bit heavier because she didn't have time to cut any weight down, so she was a little bit heavier than what I was. There were a few kilos in it, but it would just be positive and just make the most of it. I'd done a full fight camp and this girl stepped in last minute. There was nothing I could really do. But like in the amateur scene when I was boxing, you didn't know who you're boxing. Like on a championship day, you didn't know who you're boxing till an hour before the fight, so you didn't have time to prepare for it. So I think in my mentality, I was used to getting in the ring and not knowing anything about anybody. Even though it was a big title fight, I just had to use that mentality that I'd used during all my amateur stuff to get me through that fight.
That's a huge help. Yeah, being able to have at least a little bit of experience at knowing that, it's 1 hour and 1 week to prepare for that. So sure that you just drew from that and just like mental preparation for it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, awesome. So knowing that definition of success, what's your strategy for success to be able to get those to where you are right now and the year ahead?
I'm just going to keep going as I'm going, setting little goals to achieve. Like one of my goals was to sign with the British Boxing Board. I've got my interview with the board tomorrow. After that, I can then go get my license, and then hopefully I'll have a fight date soon. So that's one of my goals. So I'm just going to keep setting these little goals, keep working towards them, be successful. I'm not going to set massive, I want to be a world champion in next year. I'm not going to set massive goals like that, but that is something to aim for. But I need to set those little goals to try and get me there and just be successful in what I'm doing in the current time, really.
Just want to develop in a
go at the right speed, not rush it. Just go at the right speed.
Absolutely, and it's showing right now, and it's moving from 4 fights. I know 2020 was hard for everybody, and it's nice to be able to that turnaround. You had was there no fights in 2020
I had two. I had two in
fights?
2020. I had one just before the pandemic. I think it was the week before the country lockdown, and then I had one in September.
Okay, and then a huge step up and everything. Hopefully this year continues to go in that direction. So that's great to hear. Well, I know for a fact, I follow you and everything, so I know that you're a fan of other sports. But for the viewers that might not know, are you a fan of other sports as well? What do you like to do?
I like to go to football. I went to the football last night. I support Sheffield United. It's not too far away from where I live. It's my local team. I love going there. I like watching, and then to be honest, I do like watching football as well. And even if it's not Sheffield that's playing, I went to the Leeds one last week. I went there with my friend Ebony. So I enjoyed that, even though it wasn't my team that I support. But yeah, I do support Sheffield United.
Nice, very cool. And I know you have a particular meal you like to enjoy while you're there. I saw pictures of it. And was it?
Yes. The meal I had last night, I had fish and chips with some baked beans. I swapped the mushy peas for the baked beans. It's caused a little bit of a debate on Twitter, which I've never really done before. So I can't believe that fish and chips and beans has caused such a fuss. But people have opinions.
They do, yes, absolutely. It starts quite a conversation, doesn't it?
Yeah.
As long as you like it, everybody has their taste and everything. So it's good.
Exactly.
It looks good though. So no, it's cool. So it's nice to unwind, and be able to do other activities outside your own sport and everything. It's cool as you get to do that. And it's close to home, like you said. So very awesome.
Yeah. It's good to be able to do other things as well and have different interests as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Are there any any movies or books you like to read or anything like that you've read recently or watched recently?
I don't think I've watched any movies recently. Or I've been reading a book called Creating the Impossible. That's more around goal setting, and I've been doing that not just for my boxing but for my work as well, as part of my personal development. So I've been doing that. It's quite a good book, to be honest, and you read a page per day and you have to write little notes on it. So I've been doing that. That's really good.
Oh wow. So you basically just keep accountability every day, just writing new things on there.
Yeah. It's like that, but obviously I've been doing it for work and for boxing as well, so that's been helping me in work and out of work. So
awesome, very cool. And then once again, that book was called Creating the Impossible. Is that right?
Yeah.
Very cool. Awesome. Is there I like to just ask questions outside of normal? So as far as this is a very odd question, but probably just one I was intrigued. But what is the best compliment you received in your life? So what do you think that would be?
I don't know.
No, I'll throw questions out there.
Like maybe that I'm quite humble and just all around like nice person. But
that's a good one. Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Nice, like.
And it shows, like I see, like you're always like such a great mood. I know, like social media. So it's kind of showing the world and everything. I know things are always down, but it seems like you're always in a positive mood and everything, even if things are down. Like it's just like it shows that that you're moving. And I know, like this week you were helping some people training also. Like you say you took the gloves off and helped with mitts, right?
Yeah, I went to an amateur boxing club. They invited me along just to do they've got a big group of girls age, I think he said 11 to 17, something like that. They've got quite a few of them. So he asked me to go along to join in the session. I ended up swapping my gloves, putting pads on and taking all the girls on the pads. I did a few rounds each with them. I'm not an expert on the pads. It's not something that I've done a great deal of, but I really enjoyed it and the girls did as well.
Very cool. Yeah. I mean, that's a great compliment to do, and a humble and nice person, like being able to do that and have that be a part of your life. That's really good. So that's a good answer. Good answer. But this part of the interview, I thought maybe like we can give like shout outs to anybody, team sponsors, anybody that you, and also let people know where they can follow you on your journey and hopefully anything coming up for the year ahead for you.
Hopefully some fight news. Just need to I can't do anything until my licenses and my medicals come through. But hopefully as soon as that's all signed off and done, I can get some fights in.
Awesome. Any shout outs you'd like to give, team sponsors, anybody like that? Anybody specific?
Yeah. So my sponsors, so I've got a few local sponsors in Worksop where I live. So I've got the Mallard, which is a pub on the local train station, got JTM Building, got BRS Electrical, 7 Core Electrical. I've got Richards Boxing. He was from Australia. He's a good friend as well. Goodwin Racing. I've got Notorious Fight Gear, who provide me with like training gloves and training wear. I've got Anytime Fitness, which is the gym I mentioned earlier, who support me when I don't go to the boxing gym. And then the last one, I've got EV2, who make all my training, like my tracksuits, my fight kit, and my kit for like my supporters.
Awesome. That's a nice support group you had there. So it's really awesome.
It's a great group that I've got. Yeah, very supportive.
I bet. And then I know the answer, but for people that might not know, where can people follow you? Where are you most active, like in social media, where they can follow your journey and see what you got coming up?
So I've got Twitter, so it's Nicola Hopewell on Twitter. Got Instagram, Nicola_Hopewell, and then I've got a Facebook page as well, which is Nicola Hurricane Hopewell. So you can find me on any of them. Contact me on as well.
Very cool. Well, this has been a great talk. I appreciate you taking the time to do this. I know you have a busy schedule and everything, so it's really awesome. I can't wait to see what the year ahead comes for you. I know that you're waiting on this, medical exams and everything, right, to go through.
Yeah. I've just got to wait for my medical to come through. Yeah.
So I look forward
hopefully it won't be too long now.
Oh yeah, definitely. So best of luck, and then like hopefully it goes well, and we hear big news coming up ahead.
Thank you.
Any closing thoughts for you before we head out or anything like that? Or
no, just thank you for having me on. And if anyone's watching this and wants to follow my journey, just follow me on any of my social media accounts.
Absolutely, sounds great. Well, thank you so much once again, and hopefully we can talk soon later on once your boxing comes in, once you do more fights and everything. So yeah, love to have you on the show again. So
thank you.
All right, guys, I'm gonna sign off then. Thank y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all next time. If I could just do my background.